You believe that if you had just loved them harder, it would have worked. That is a critical design flaw in your operational logic. Applying more thrust to a structurally compromised vessel doesn't achieve liftoff. It accelerates systemic disintegration. The intensity of your love was never the variable in question. The structural integrity of your internal flight system was. We are not here to love harder. We are here to re-engineer the system so that love can become the payload, not the explosive charge. Welcome, cadets, to the Manifestation Flight Academy. I am your lead engineer, Captain Leanne. This is not a wellness retreat. This is a high-performance training facility for the re-engineering of your internal reality. Our mission is to dismantle flawed programming and install the operational architecture required for high-altitude manifestation. Prepare for diagnostics. The flight brief begins now. Today, we are running a triple-axis diagnostic on your relational flight system, using the metaphor of a hot air balloon. Your chronic relationship failures are not a mystery. They are a predictable result of mechanical failures across 3 core systems: your psychology, your spirituality, and your relational dynamics. Let's engage the first axis. Axis 1, psychology, the hardware/nervous system. Your psychological hardware, your nervous system, is the envelope and cables of your balloon. Its structural integrity is determined by your early attachment programming. We can reference the work of John Bowlby, the architect of attachment theory. He identified that our earliest relational bonds create the blueprint for our sense of safety in the world. If your early calibration was inconsistent or insecure, it creates what I call microtears in the very fabric of your being, your capacity for secure connection. When a new relationship brings the promise of intimacy, the internal pressure within your system increases. This is a normal function. However, in a compromised envelope, this pressure causes thermal leakage. Your vital emotional energy, your sense of safety and self, begins to escape through these unresolved microtears. Your internal sensors detect this pressure loss as a catastrophic threat. Your nervous system redlines. You experience what you call emotional flooding, anxiety, or the urge to flee. This is your system screaming, Mayday, because it equates rising intimacy with imminent structural collapse. The closer your partner gets, the more you leak, until your only logical protocol is to sabotage the flight to release the pressure. It's not them. It's your hardware's safety threshold. Axis 2. Spirituality, the software/energy frequency. Next, we analyze the software, your energetic frequency. This is the balloon's payload and the purity of its fuel. We can model this using the law of resonance, which states that like frequencies attract like frequencies. The payload you are carrying is your cumulative energetic signature. Every past flight failure, every unresolved trauma, every limiting belief. These are not just memories. They are dense, low-frequency data packets I call Karmic sandbags, and they are weighing down your basket. You are caught in what I term the gravity trap. You desire a high-altitude partnership, one that operates on a frequency of trust, expansion, and unconditional love. But your vessel is physically incapable of reaching that altitude because it is tethered by the gravitational pull of these sandbags. The universe is not punishing you. It is a neutral operating system that matches frequencies with ruthless efficiency. It will continuously present you with partners and situations that resonate with the weight of your payload. To achieve liftoff into a new relational reality, you must first jettison the karmic load that keeps you locked in low altitude, repeating flight patterns. Fuel purity is paramount. Axis 3. Relationships, the navigation/polarity. Finally, we diagnose the navigation system. Your relational polarity. This is the burner valve and airflow that provides thrust and directional control. A thriving relationship operates on a dynamic energetic principle, a magnetic charge of masculine and feminine polarities. Note, this is independent of gender. It is about the energetic roles of leading and receiving, structure and flow, purpose and presence. This polarity creates the energetic tension required for passion, excitement, and forward momentum. What we often observe is polarity decay. This occurs when the energetic charges neutralize. Both partners become too similar, both passive, or both trying to lead. The magnetic field collapses, and the system experiences turbulence. Communication is the denoising software for the system. When communication is low fidelity, filled with assumptions, blame, and noise. It disrupts the delicate calibration required to maintain polarity. The burner, which is the engine of passion, begins to sputter. It fails not from a lack of fuel, which is love, but from a compromised ignition system. Without a clear, high-fidelity communication link to navigate airflow and maintain the energetic charge, thrust is impossible to maintain, and the vessel begins its inevitable, slow descent. Running diagnostics is mission-critical, but insufficient. We must now install new flight protocols. Take out your operational logbook and prepare for calibration. Protocol 1. System scanning, diagnosis. This is a non-negotiable diagnostic you will run weekly. Power down external distractions. Engage your internal sensors. I will provide the 3 core queries. First, scan your hardware. Query 1. At what specific altitude of intimacy, the first date, the first conflict, the discussion of the future, do you first detect thermal leakage? Pinpoint the exact moment your nervous system begins to signal a threat. Log it. Second, audit your software. Query 2. Identify your single heaviest karmic sandbag. Name the unresolved data packet from a past flight failure that is creating the most gravitational pull. Is it a betrayal? An abandonment? A failure? Acknowledge its data. Log it. Third, analyze your navigation. Query 3. Review the flight data from your last significant relationship. Where did polarity, decay begin? Pinpoint the communication error or pattern that led to the initial loss of thrust. Was it criticism? Defensiveness? Stonewalling? Log the error. This scan provides the raw data needed for recalibration. Protocol 2. Frequency recalibration, recoding. This is your standard operating procedure for patching the system. This is not a passive meditation. It is an active recoding sequence. Step 1. Engage a state of zero input. Sit upright, spine aligned. Initiate box breathing. 4-second inhale, 4-second hold, 4-second exhale, 4-second hold. This stabilizes the system. Step 2. Visualize the envelope of your balloon. With your mind's eye, locate the microtears identified in your scan. Now, visualize a beam of liquid gold, high-frequency light. This is pure, coherent energy. Systematically use this light to seal each tear, watching the fabric become stronger and more resilient than before. Step 3. Visualize the karmic sandbags hanging from your basket. Address the one you identified. Verbally, or internally, say, I acknowledge the data from this flight. The lesson is integrated. Your service is complete. Then, with intention, visualize yourself unhooking the cable. Watch it fall away. Feel the immediate lightness in the basket. Step 4. Focus on the burner at the center of your basket. See its pilot light, your core essence, glowing steadily. Gently open the valve. Visualize a powerful, clean, warm flame ascending, filling your newly repaired envelope with brilliant, life-affirming light. Feel the gentle, powerful pull upwards. This is your new calibrated frequency. Your relationship failures were not personal. They were mechanical. A compromised hardware, a weighted-down software, and a decayed navigation system. By running these diagnostics and implementing these protocols, you are no longer a passenger subject to turbulence. You are the engineer at the controls, capable of achieving any altitude you desire. Continue to run the protocols. The sky is not the limit. It is the operating environment. Your flight plan is clear. The systems are yours to command. Execute the mission. This is Captain Leanne, signing off.